It's time to roll the dice for some games I've been looking for a long time from GameStop Online on another pickups episode of the Bargain Game Hunter. So first off, let's talk about what I'm sure a lot of people have noticed. I got a haircut finally. That's right, it took way too long, but I had to do it. I got it done. So yay. I look a lot better and I feel a lot better because of it. But let's get to games. So GameStop restocked their online retro section again. And I wasn't planning on doing another online order for a while just because I've gotten a lot of games over the past few weeks especially from pawn shops, thrift shops and all that, and GameStop in person. But then there was one game that I've been looking for a very long time that was in stock, and then another one, and some other kind of uncommon things. So I'm like, okay, fine, I'll do one. So those are coming in the next couple days. So we're gonna do a condition report to go over those. But in the meantime, let's talk about some games I picked up in person yesterday when I went to GameStop. So one of these is I think it's a new release game. I'm not sure how recent, but I believe it's fairly new. Seems very uncommon because I think only one store in my entire area had a copy. Thankfully it was sealed, which is nice. And then one game is not exactly uncommon. In fact, I kind of regret it because there was a pre-owned copy. Could have got a pre-owned copy instead of a sealed copy, but whatever, it's fine. I'll stick with my sealed copy. And I picked up another game as well. So let's start off. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD on the Switch. Now I know a lot of people are like, that game's a ripoff. It's $60. The original release was $50. Yeah, I know. Wanted to get the best version of this game. Apparently this is a good version, even though it is a bit expensive for a port of a Wii game, or a remaster, I guess, of a Wii game. But I've heard this game is great. I figured I'd pick it up on the Switch, so paid full price, $60. Also paid full price, $60 for this game, and this one I think is a little bit more exciting of a pickup, I'd say. Phantom Brave, The Lost Hero on the PS5. It is an NIS game, continuation of the Phantom Brave franchise, which I didn't know there was more than one. The original Phantom Brave came out on the Wii. There's a port of it on the Switch. I believe I have that port. Or no, not Wii, PS2. And then there is a Wii one. I almost picked up the Wii one from the thrift shop, but it was scratched to hell. I kind of regret it, and if I go back and it's still there, I might get it. But this one just came out fairly recently, so I figured I'd pick it up. Looks like a fun, I think it's a tactical JRPG, but it looks like a good pickup, so happy to add that to the collection. And then one thing I've been doing lately is going through my collection and seeing what games I either have doubles of or have on multiple platforms or just don't need anymore. I did that again. Of course, if you watched last episode, I got a second copy of Sniper Elite 3 on the 360 because I had a loose copy, and then I got a complete copy from Pawn Shop, so I kept the complete copy, traded in the loose copy that I got a long time ago from GameStop. I also rated my loose disc collection because I have a bunch of loose disc games that I just don't have cases for. And some of them are doubles to games I already have. So I just brought a bunch of them to GameStop and traded them in and ended up getting, I think, $12 in credit for a bunch of games I just didn't care about. I also did trade in my Wii copy of Donkey Kong Country Returns because I'm like, well, I don't need the same game on multiple platforms. There's a couple exceptions to that, but for the most part, I don't feel I need the same game 3 times or multiple times on a console. So I traded that in and a few other games, and yeah, I got $12 in credit, which is more than I thought. Another trick I would note is bring everything you want to trade into GameStop, even if you don't find it on the website, because ever since GameStop has started doing retro trades, there's a lot of games that just aren't on the website. Now, granted, if it's not on the website, it's probably not worth more than like $1. Most of the games I traded in, besides The ones that were on the website were like $1. So you're not going to get much for them, but if you just want to get rid of them, that's one way to do it. But yeah, I got 12 bucks in credit, which I wasn't expecting to get that much. And I was looking around and I ended up picking up a game because it's not a game you see very often and it looks like something kind of different. Rainbow Billy, The Curse of the Leviathan on the PS4. It's a colorful 2.5D puzzle platformer. Looks interesting. Very colorful. Figured it was worth a grab, especially because I think grand total I paid a whopping 55 cents out of pocket for it. So there you go. 2 nice additions to the collection. Well, 3 nice additions to the collection. First party Nintendo game that just came out. Phantom Brave, which I have a feeling is going to be uncommon. And then Rainbow Billy. So pretty happy with those. But we still got our GameStop condition report games coming in throughout the week, as well as I have another pickup from Amazon, and might be doing a little extra excursion. We'll see what happens with that, but yeah, let's see how the rest of the week unfolds. Alright, so my GameStop games did come in. I have both packages right here. I have not looked inside, so it is time for a condition report. But before that, I do have one more game I wanted to show off that I got from Amazon. It was on sale. It's another game that looks kind of interesting. I figured it'd be a fun addition to the collection. We have Under the Waves on the Xbox Series X. It is a underwater experience is what it's called. I have a feeling it's kind of a survival-ish game, but it sounds cool. Sounds interesting. Figured I'd pick it up for $21 on Xbox. Okay, so let's get into the GameStop package. Again, I have not looked at either of these, so I do not know what condition these games are in. Hopefully, we get some complete stuff. I'm just going to reach in, pull out our first game. I see a green case. Not a green not the regular cover art though. That's unfortunate. All right, and here's the disc. It's a weird case. Disc looks fine, so that's good at least. And it has cover art. We have Dark Messiah of Might and Magic on the Xbox 360. So this is a first-person action-adventure game. If you didn't know, this was actually made by Arcane before they were acquired by Bethesda. So this was one of their earlier games. Also, if you watched Funhouse back in the day, they did a whole series on this game and had a lot of fun with it. I played it when it came out. It was pretty fun. I figured I'd pick it up again. Fortunately not complete, but the disc is here and got a good case at least, and some sort of cover art, so that's something. Alright, so we're technically 0 for 1. Just based on what I'm feeling, this is not a case. It is not. We had another one that is in generic case. This one I'm not as, I mean, that disc is as perfect as you could possibly be, which is wild to me. We have Zombie U on the Wii U. I didn't own this. Well, I technically own it on Xbox One because they brought it to Xbox and PlayStation and just called it Zombie. But the Wii U version has some unique features, including the gamepad functionality. So I figured I'd pick it up. It was pretty cheap, so figured it was worth a grab. So far we are 0-2. Here's the one that I'm much more interested in, because it's got one game that well, 2 games actually, that I really, really hope are complete. This might be, it is a white case, okay. And I see the Wii cover art, or the Wii logo in the corner. Hopefully it's one of the 2 heavy hitters, because if it is, I'll be very happy. It also feels pretty heavy, so it might actually have its manual. Okay, not the one I was expecting. It is complete though. That's sweet. Dead Space Extraction on the Wii. So if you didn't know, this is a Dead Space light gun shooter that is a standalone game in the Dead Space franchise. It, I believe, might have been ported as like a bonus on the PS3 version of Dead Space 2, but it was originally made for the Wii. And yeah, now I have it. The case is a little rough, but it does have the case. It does have the manual inside the case. And the disc looks fine. It's got some light scratches on it, but that's not bad. Okay, so there you go. That one, pretty good. I'm happy to have that in the collection, especially with an original case and manual. Okay, can we go for 2 for 2? This is also white case. Okay, this might be the winning pouch. Let's see. No! Well, we lost on this one. This one hurts. This one hurts. This was the most expensive game I got. And it does not have the original case. It does have a Wii case, but not the actual original case. Kirby's Dream Collection on the Wii. It's a collection with a whole bunch of Kirby games that came out for the 20th anniversary. Oddly enough, I believe it also came with a soundtrack. I do have the soundtrack. I'll probably just put it in yellow sleeve and put it in this case now that I have the game. But unfortunately, it did not come complete. That is most unfortunate. Okay, so oddly enough, the game I was the most excited about. Is there only one game left? Yes, okay. This feels like the others. Okay, it has a Wii case. Oh, I think I won on the game I wanted to be complete the most. It feels heavy too. I think we won, folks. I think we won. Yes! Yes, yes, yes. And it feels heavy. Oh, baby. Oh, it looks really good too. Oh, it's super complete. It is super complete. How good is the disc? Fine. It will definitely play. Oh man, I am stoked to have this. So as you probably know, I'm a big fan of Mario Party. I own all of the GameCube Mario Party games. They're not complete because I don't think any of them have manuals. But I have all the discs. I bought all the discs from GameStop, and I actually bought all the cover arts, except for one, I think, off of eBay because I didn't want my Mario Party games to not have cases. So I bought the original cases on eBay. So I'm trying to get a complete collection of Mario Party games. I'm missing the original 3 on N64. And then I'm missing Mario Party 9, which I don't like Mario Party 9. It's the worst Mario Party game, at least on the console versions. But it's also the most expensive for some reason. Anyway, this one technically isn't part of that franchise, but it also kind of is at the same time. It looks very Mario Party, it seems very Mario Party, but it's technically not. Fortune Street on the Wii. So this is essentially Monopoly, but with Mario characters. It's made by Square Enix, and it also features Dragon Quest characters in it as well. I think I played it once a long time ago, and I liked it. I thought it was fun, but it wasn't a game that I needed to buy. And of course, after I said that, it became kind of tough to find. So I'm glad I was able to score it. But this is also a game that is like I said, pretty tough to find. I actually had it once. I bought it from GameStop's website, and it got returned to sender for some reason, even though I didn't do anything to my address. But yeah, now I have a beautiful, complete copy of Fortune Street, and it is very complete. All the inserts are in there. The manual is there. Okay, so of the 5 games we got, technically only 2 were wins, and Kirby not being complete is pretty disappointing. However, the fact that Dead Space and Fortune Street were complete does make me very happy. Fortune Street is the one I wanted to be complete the most, and it is. So I can forgive a little, but yeah, I'm very happy. I think these are all really, really good games to add to the collection. Now, I know my old GameStop does have the Kirby collection. Maybe I'll try to do a little purchase return situation so I can get a complete copy. We'll see how I feel. But yeah, that's the deal. I do have one more game coming tomorrow, and then we will wrap this episode up. Alright, it is now time for our final recap of this episode. And I have one more game that I picked up, and this is actually a limited run release. It's not a numbered one, it's just a distro. But this is an interesting I guess, game. It's technically multiple games in one cartridge. And also has one of the rarest ratings you'll ever see on a game. But it looked interesting. I've heard good things about it, so I figured I'd pick it up from Amazon. We have Being Home Alone with You is Worse Than Death on the Switch. As you can see, it is rated E10 through M. It's 3 games, so it's Home, Alone with You, and Worse Than Death, all on one cart, I believe. But it's 3 different looking, kind of like indie adventure games. Looks fun. Figured I'd give it a shot, and it was a nice little addition to pick up for the collection. I paid 28 bucks. It's actually worth 26, so it took a little bit of a hit there, but it's not that bad. Going back to Amazon, our next pickup is Under the Waves on the Xbox Series X. Underwater survival game or action game. It sounds interesting. Figured I'd pick it up. It's heavy, so it's got something else in it, or it's a multi-disc game, which that'd be pretty wild. Anyway, I paid 21, it's worth 22, so a slight up there. Then we go to our in-person GameStop pickups. First pickup is Rainbow Billy, Curse of the Leviathan on the PS4. I had some credit after I traded in a few doubles, so I figured I'd give it a shot. It's complete, it's in good shape. Figured it was worth a snag. I paid 55 cents in credit. It's worth 15 bucks, so not bad at all there. Then we have Donkey Kong Country Returns HD on the Switch. It's a Switch remake of Donkey Kong Country Returns from the Wii. I figured I might as well. I've heard this game is good, and now I can play it in, I guess, technically the best version of it on the Switch, so figured I'd grab it a snag. I paid full price for this, 60 bucks. It's worth 53, so it took a little bit of a loss there, but again, it's fine. Then, this was the main reason why I did this online order from GameStop. We have Phantom Brave, The Lost Hero on the PS5. It's another game in the Phantom Brave series. Fairly recently came out. It's an NIS game. I doubt it's going to be a very easy game to find, so I wanted to snag it while it was in stock. I paid 60 bucks. It's worth 60 bucks, so broke even on that one. But I have a feeling that one's going to go up. Then we have our online order, where it was a very mixed bag. We got 3 games that were not complete and 2 that were. Granted, one of the ones that is the one I wanted to be the most, but we'll get to that. Start off with Dark Messiah of Might and Magic on the Xbox 360. This was Arcane's first game. It's a first-person dungeon crawling action-adventure game. So if you've ever played Dishonored and wanted a jankier version of it, that's what this is. There you go. I paid 18 and this one's only worth 14. So again, a little bit of a loss there. That's okay. It does get better, don't worry. We're taking some losses, but we are going to get some bigger hitters. And we have Zombie U on the Wii U. It was a Wii U launch title. Interesting premise with, like, every time you pull up the gamepad to kind of look at what's going on, you're still in danger, which is kind of cool. Yeah, I figured I'd pick it up. I didn't have it. I paid, I think it was 7. It's worth 6. Slight L, that's fine. Then we have Kirby's Dream Collection Special Edition on the Wii. This one hurts the most just because it is an expensive game, not complete. Have the disc. I do have the soundtrack CD, and I'm hoping what I might end up doing, because I know one of the GameStops I go to does have this game in complete form. So what I might do is buy that and then return this one. Hey, don't hit the player, hate the game. But yeah, paid 50 bucks for this, and in not complete form, it is worth, or sorry, I paid 31 for this, it was not 50. It's worth 41, so even with the incomplete version, it's still worth more than that. Then we have our 2 complete games. The first is Dead Space Extraction on the Wii. This is a light gun shooter based in the Dead Space universe. Pretty cool game. I did clean up the case a bit. It's still not in perfect condition, but I got a lot of the sticker residue off. So glad I have this in complete form. I paid 25, it's worth 26. So hey, undoes one of the little baby losses. And then we have this one, which is the game I was the most excited to have, and it is super complete. Fortune Street on the Wii. It's basically Mario Party meets Monopoly with Square Enix characters. Who would have thought? Anyway, I paid $30. This one's worth 35. So there you go. Pretty exciting week. Got some really good games to add to the collection. It'll be better if I can actually get my complete copy of Kirby rather than just a loose copy. But I'm pretty happy with it overall. We really did add some quality to our collection. Can't complain. So that's going to do it for this episode of the Bargain Game Hunter. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell, that way you know when new videos drop. And I will see you on the very next episode of the Bargain Game Hunter. Bye-bye.